And welcome back at A to Z, 14th of May, higher plus 5 a day. And let's just do the first question. The longest side of a right angle triangle. Okay, so quick sketch here. So there's my right angle and there's my right angle triangle, is root 46. One of the shorter sides, in other words, it doesn't say the shortest, but one of the other sides has root 7. What is the perimeter of the triangle? Oh, that's neat. Okay, so I need to know what the other side is, don't I? So the other side, so my screen's jumping. So my other side is going to be x squared, Pythagoras, is equal to 46 squared, which is 46, minus 7 squared, which is 7, which is 39. So that means that x is equal to root 39. And it says, what's the perimeter? Well, the perimeter is just going to be root 46. I don't know why I can't write 46. There we go. Root 46 plus root 7 plus root 39. Now, that's an exact value. I am going to assume this is in a calculator exam. So I'm going to get my calculator out. It's 15.673. And I think that will do. And just to be precise, centimetres, which is the units in the question. Great. Next question. Oh, we have another simultaneous equations. I'm not a big fan of these, but you do need to know how to do them. What looks quite nice is I can see actually that none of them are that far out, are they? So I'm going to do everything in terms of z and get rid of the z's first. So let's call this equation 1, equation 2, and equation 3. So nice and straightforward. I'm just going to do 1 plus 2 because that's already in terms of 3z, isn't it? So 1 plus 2 gives me 3x plus, well, 2 minus 1 is going to be y plus y is equal to minus 11 plus 18 is the same as 18 minus 11, which is 7. And that's going to be my equation A. Then I'm going to do equation 1. Equation 1. Let's write that down. So it's going to be x plus 2y minus 3z is equal to minus 11. And I'm going to do 3 times equation 3. So that's going to be 9x plus 3y plus 3z is equal to 30. Now, because it's plus 3z and minus 3z, I'm going to add these together, which is going to give me 10x plus 5y is equal to, well, 30 minus 11 is 19, and that's going to give me my equation B. Slightly easier than one I did a couple of days ago, where there are some really big numbers. Okay, so let's deal with the equation in terms of x and y. So I've got equation A and equation B. I'm just quickly thinking about what I want to do. I'm going to make the into 5y and cancel the y. So I'm going to do 5 times equation A, which is going to give me 5 times 3 is 15. So 15x plus 5 times y is equal to 5 times 7, which is 35. And I'm just going to write down equation B underneath, just makes it easier than trying to do it up above. So that's going to give me 10x plus 5y is equal to 19. And then I'm just going to take these away. So I'm going to do equation 1 minus equation, or top minus bottom. So 15 minus 10 is 5. And 35 minus 19 is going to give me 16, which means that x. Now, these aren't nice numbers again, but they're kind of in line with what I had a couple of days ago. So I'm going to stick with this. Again, first video I've ever watched. I do double check some of these answers before I put them up. So if you are watching me work this out now, I will have double checked it. Don't worry. But either way, that gives me x is 16 over 5. And actually, I'm just going to leave it like that, 16 over 5. That means I can work out y. So let's zoom over here. So I know from equation A that y is equal to 7 minus 3x, which is the same as 7 minus 3 times 16 over 5, which is 48 over 5. Now I'm doing this on a calculator. So I calculator out, and that tells me that y is minus 13 over 5. Wow. Okay, so I've got x and I've got y. So in reverse order there, there's my x and my y. And I'm going to put all that back into equation 1. So equation 1 tells me that x, which is 16 over 5, plus 2 times minus 13 over 5. They're at least all in terms of 5, which is slightly good. Minus 3 times z is equal to minus 11. Now, I've already used a calculator anyway, so I'm going to presume it's a calculator again. So calculator out, so I've got 16 over 5 minus 26 over 5, which is minus 2. At least that's a nice number. So therefore, minus 3z equals, we'll add 2 to both sides, it's minus 9, which means that z, can z really be the whole nice number? Which means that z is equal to 3. Let's summarize. X is equal to 16 over 5. Y is equal to minus 13 over 5. And z, after all of that, is equal to 3. Funnily enough, had I started by finding the z, I would have found the numbers were a bit nicer. But either way, we got there, didn't we? Next and final question. Is it the final one? Yes, it is. All part of the same question. Work out the equation, the normal, to the curve at the point 4, 4. So first thing, differentiate to find tangent. So dy dx is 2x, and that's it. So at x equals 4, m is equal to 8, 2 times 4, which means the perpendicular, or the normal gradient, is minus 1 over 8, which means the equation, I'm going to do it over in this box to the right, which means the equation is such that y equals minus an eighth x plus c, using 4, 4, so 4 is minus an eighth times 4 plus c. 4 over 8 is a half, minus a half, add a half to both sides gives me 4.5, which means that c is equal to 9 over 2. And therefore the answer to the question is my normal is going to have an equation y equals minus an eighth x plus 9 over 2. Not the nicest, is it? But that will do. Right, part B. The normal also intersects the curve given at the point B. It's going to be a bit messy, isn't it? So in other words, the normal, which is minus an eighth x plus 9 over 2, is equal to the original curve, which is x squared minus 12. Okay, so first step, don't really like these fractions, so I'm going to get rid of these fractions. So multiply everything by 8, which is going to give me, well, it's minus x plus, well, 8 over 2 is 4, and 4 times 9 is 36. 8x squared, and 8 times 12 is minus 96. Then I'm going to create a quadratic, so move everything to the right-hand side. So 8x squared minus minus is plus x, and I've got minus 96 plus, well actually it's minus another 36, which is minus 132. Okay, now I think, and thinking about this carefully, if we go back to the original thing, the normal touches 4, 4. So actually I've got a bit of a clue as to what to do here. So when I'm trying to factorize, and I will say that doesn't mean this is easy, by the way, I think x minus 4 might be a factor because I need x equals 4 to be one of my solutions. So let's just imagine x minus 4 is a factor. Well, that will mean that that must be 8x, and 132 divided by 4 is 33. And I need this to be a negative, so therefore it's going to be, well, minus 4 times plus 133. So let's just check this as works. So I've got x times x, which is 8x squared. That's fine. I've got minus 4 times 8, which is minus 32. And I've got x times 33, which is plus 33. There's my plus x. And I already know, because I worked it out, that 4 times 33 is minus 132. So that has indeed worked. Now, comment I have to make. If you weren't quite sure about that, don't worry. That's just me just trying to show that sometimes there's a quicker way of doing it. Point is, if you use a quadratic formula or you've just worked it through by a different method, absolutely fine, but there are sometimes a quicker method. Anyway, point is, that is my solution that I know in the question, which means the solution I care about is x is equal to minus 33 over 8. What does it want? The normal is intersects 5. Oh, I need the coordinates. I need the y value as well. I can't think of the easy way. I'm just going to have to do, I mean, they're both not very nice, are they? I'm going to do it in red so you can see what I'm doing. So my y value is going to be, well, I'm going to use a calculator for this. So it's going to be minus 33 over 8 squared minus 12. And the calculator tells me that is 321 over 64. That very lovely round number. So therefore my final answer, these are not pleasant numbers. I will say if you're in an exam and you get these numbers and you're running out of time, go with it. Sometimes the numbers may not be nice, but normally not nice numbers might hint at an error. But the reason I feel very comfortable is because I got this bit here. And because this bit worked out nicely to give me some nice numbers elsewhere, that suggests it's probably okay. Either way, I think, what is this, the third or fourth day in a row? This has been quite tough. It's been a real good mix of questions today. Definitely quite difficult. Let me know how it went for you. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow.